Have you noticed that Kamala Harris seems less joyful when she's speaking recently? I already believed that Kamala was not a sincere person, but now that she's changing her nature to being less joyful and less Kamala, it makes me very suspicious of her motivations. So I'm questioning, why is Kamala not being herself? It's very obvious. Probably because the American people are not receiving it well and they don't trust her. And it's not because she cackles and laughs like all the time. That would be okay if she was competent for the job. But it's because she is completely in over her head. She is not capable of being president of the United States. Now, I suspect that it's probably her campaign management that is trying to tone down that cackling because it's not going over well. But it's not going over well at all. It's just very suspicious now. It's very weird. Again, Kamala's cackling and laughing all the time is her. That's her personality. And that would be okay if she was a competent leader, if she was competent in the position that she is currently in and in the position she is trying to be elected in. The problem is she has no clue how to be an effective president. She has no clue how to be an effective vice president. She did not get there through merit. She got there in other ways that we won't talk about in this video. So I want you to take notice of this interview given by Dana Bush at CNN and see if you notice the same thing as me.
This is what we're going to do to invest in families, for example, extending the child tax credit to $6,000 for families for the first year of their child's life to help them buy a car seat, to help them buy baby clothes, a crib.
The thing I notice already is that this woman does not look Dana Bush in the eye hardly ever. She does not look the camera in the eye hardly ever. She does not believe what she is telling us because she doesn't believe it herself. She knows she's being deceitful. Okay, let's keep watching.
That we're going to do that is about investing in the American family around affordable housing, a big issue in our country right now. So there are a number of things on day one. What about you?
Okay, so honestly, all I heard over and over was a lot of her saying she's going to invest in the American family. Those are just words. They are just slogans. There's nothing substantial about saying that. It's just what she hopes that her listeners will walk away thinking, Kamala is going to invest in us. And you think, okay, well, what is it exactly that she's doing? Well, I mean, she did say that she's going to give families more money for the child tax credit. Okay, that's not novel. One, that's been around for a long time. So she's not really offering up anything unique or of value. She's just indicating she plans to take more money from someone to give to someone else. But two, there's really no description or no detail. She's just saying the same thing over and over that has virtually no meaning. And again, she's not even looking the camera in the eye or Dana in the eye. She ends with these, let's see if I can find it. Let's go back here.
Extending the child tax credit to $6,000 for families for the first year of their child's life to help.
Well, she sounds like she memorized that. Extending the child tax credit for families for the first 6 years of their life. I mean, it sounds very robotic. She's been memorizing. And she's looking down a lot. I'm wondering if she has like notes down there that she's looking at.
Buy a car seat to help them buy baby clothes, a crib. There's the work that we're going to do that is about investing in the American family around affordable housing, a big issue in our country right now. So there are a number of things on day one.
She's looking too serious for Kamala, right? I haven't heard her cackle or laugh once. Now, her cackle and laughs are very misplaced, usually. It's too frequent, and it's very uncomfortable. But this new Kamala is a very depressed Kamala. It makes me wonder if they've got her on some kind of depressant medication to calm her down, and it's just giving me the creeps, like I'm being manipulated here, right? If she can't be herself, then we have a problem. They don't even want her to be herself because they're trying to manipulate you. That is a huge red flag.
What about you?
Well, I'm excited about this agenda too. As I said, the idea of inspiring America to what can be, and I think many of these things that the Vice President's proposing are things that we share in values. And the child tax credit is one we know that reduces childhood poverty by a third.
Did you catch that? I'm just going to show you that again. Okay, here we go.
What about you?
Well, I'm excited about this agenda too. As I said, the idea of inspiring America to.
First, Kamala looked so relieved. She had this big grin on her face, like, yay, it's your turn. I don't have to talk anymore. Go, Tim, go.
Can be, and I think many of these things that the Vice President's proposing are things that we share in values. And the child tax credit is one we know that reduces.
Did you catch that? Mm-hmm. She's like, yeah, you got it. We're on the same page. Okay. You're getting my agenda. We're kind of figuring this out together at the same time. She's like, like she's talking to a little kid. Yeah, that is odd behavior. I'm not a behavior specialist, but that is super odd that she feels the need to like confirm what he's saying. And yeah, we're sharing the same stories. And it's shockingly inept. It's not even close to enough of what American people are even looking for. Having a crib and diapers and a car seat, as she mentions, is something that is important for those parents who have babies. But I think we're looking for a whole lot more than that.
Childhood poverty by a third. We did it in Minnesota to have a federal partner in this. Unbelievable, I think, in the impact that we can make.
You talked about, you call it the opportunity economy. You are well aware that right now many Americans are struggling. There's a crisis of affordability. One of your campaign themes is we're not going back. But I wonder what you say to voters who do want to go back when it comes to the economy specifically, because their groceries were less expensive, housing was more affordable when Donald Trump was president.
Well, let's start with the fact that when Joe Biden and I came in office,
Oh, I'm not sure what just happened. Yeah. So when Joe Biden and I came in the office, yeah, like she does a lot of this, like nodding her head to get you to be like, you're on the same page as me, right? Okay, please tell me why she nods her head. She hasn't said anything yet, and she's already getting into her mumbo jumbo, just mumbling and trying to come up with an answer that sounds good and saying nothing at all. And then she nods her head like we were on the same page as her, and it's just super odd. I think Dana brings up a really good point. Kamala is calling this the opportunity economy. What is that? What does that mean? When I think of opportunity, I think of the exciting possibilities of financial freedom, employment, the opportunity to have housing, and to just have a good life. None of the suggestions that she has made so far would I ever classify in the column of opportunity. Opportunity for who? Maybe opportunity for those who are still corruptly benefiting from the American people. Who is this opportunity for? It makes no sense.